let your conscience be free. And leave. Yeah, one time with it. Come with your boy. Come on.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of Prince's Kitchen. I am your host, the Prince of Fire, and today it's lunchtime. I'm going to show you guys how to make some stuffed mushrooms, shrimp stuffed mushrooms. Here we go. Let's do it. So you can't have stuffed mushrooms without having mushrooms. And so this one I messed up a little bit. I might have gotten a little bit overzealous trying to take out the spores. This one I did a little bit better. It's more intact. So we're going to focus more on this one. So the spores come in. You can get the mushrooms without the spores, but I didn't do that this time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 cup. This is 1 cup white rice. 1 cup. And we're going to put it in the pot. All right. Now we take 2 cups of water. 1, 2. And we put it in the pot. While this is going on, that will be a great time to preheat my oven. I have not even turned the fire on for my pot. So let's go ahead and preheat the oven. I'm going to do it at 375. While the oven's preheating, while we go ahead and boil the rice. There we go. While we boil the rice, it's time to work on our protein. Whatever protein you're going to be doing today, I will be using shrimp. Okay, so I am going to take 1 tablespoon of virgin coconut oil. 1 tablespoon, that's sauce. Something like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in a pot. Now, me personally, right now, I am trying to lose some weight, but I want to be healthy. Now it's time to add the shrimp to the pot. Let's do so right here. I'm not measuring the shrimp this time. Normally I would. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now it's time for the most important part of the meal. What's that? It's the seasonings. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of salt. Seafood can sometimes already be a little bit salty, so I'm not going to go too crazy with the salt. Just a few pinches of salt here. Alright. Me, I like my food hot, so I'm going to go with cayenne pepper. I'm going to do black pepper. If I can open it. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and use some seafood seasoning that I bought. Here it is. Now, again, it's shrimp. So, not too much work to be done. It kind of just sits here and thaws itself out. Now, I might sometimes want to over-season the shrimp because it was frozen, and sometimes water comes out. Obviously, oftentimes water comes out. And when that happens, sometimes you can lose some of your flavor. Okay, so now that my rice is done, I am going to cover the rice. And I'm going to take it off this burner. I don't want it to cook any more than it already has. And I'm just going to let it sit here until it's time for me to take my rice and to bake it in the mushrooms. My shrimp should be just about done as well. So it's about time for us to put the rice and the shrimp and the mushrooms and let it start to bake. Now, I don't want you guys to worry too much if your shrimp is still a little bit cold, if it's still a little bit frozen, because again, shrimp is light and it's got another layer of cooking to go when we put it in the oven. So don't beat yourselves up too much. It does not have to be perfect. Okay, so now we've got the shrimp. And I'm going to try to take a third cup right here, and I'm gonna put it in here. See, it's already overflowing. I'm gonna take a third cup. It's a little less than a third cup. A third cup. And I am going to put it in. Get a little bit more. And put it in here. And now it's time to bake. Now, because the rice and the shrimp are already cooked completely, it's not going to take too long. As well, it shouldn't. Now, all we have to do is cook the mushrooms because the rice as well as the shrimp was already cooked. The shrimp was already cooked. Mushrooms, again, they're very light. It does not take them very long to cook. So I'm going to bake this. Oops, wrong button. I'm going to bake this for 5 minutes. All right. We should be done any second now. Any second now. Any second now. We're done. Let's look at what we've got in here. Now, I can't stress this enough, you guys. Wear your oven mitt, okay? I know it seems basic, but not everyone will do it. But let's see what we got here. You know, it can be cooked a little bit more. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this in for 2 minutes with no covering. Oh, would you look at that? We're done. And so you should have something that looks a little bit like this. I still have my oven mitt on. And now we're not done. I don't think that looks pretty enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 2 favorite parts. Okay, so now we're going to make this a little bit more pretty by adding some salsa to the mix. Now, I have not made my own salsa. This is store-bought, but I'm going to put 2 teaspoons on each salsa. Spread it around a little bit. Maybe not, I don't know. 2 teaspoons salsa in each mushroom. That one spreads a little bit easier because it's smaller. And now, sorry about that. And so now, I'm one of those type of people who loves avocados. You probably will not see very many videos without one of these in them. Alright everyone, this is how you make stuffed mushrooms with avocados.